Oh, video games. So, these devlogs were never supposed to be for just one specific project. The reason why it's called Eternal Devlog is because it's just for whatever the heck I'm working on at the time. And this time, I happened to spend some time working on something else. I mean, I do have updates for the fan game that has been the focus so far. But we'll get to that later because I joined a game jam and did a game for a game jam. And you can play the game jam game at the game jam place where the thing is. So let's get into this game jam game that I did. It is a game that I call Ship Shape. The themes of the game jam were water and health is power. So let's just jump right in as soon as it loads. Okay. So we have our little character here. They can move on their own. They got a sword that points where the cursor is pointing. And when you stand near the wheel of the ship, you can move the ship. It also defeat enemies, you get coins, and I kind of just like didn't mention the big mechanic that you definitely just saw. These things here, these like gotcha ball looking things. Well, this game's technically a gotcha. they have different things in them. They have parts to the ship that attach to your ship. They cost 10 coins, and there's a bigger variety of them than it looks like here. I've been unlucky getting 2 of the same. Okay, that one's a new one. I want those coins that I ignored. That made them more valuable. So the health as power comes in by each of these ship parts having their own like health value. You can't really see it exactly, but they do. Your clue is that they turn more gray the more damage they get. And for the cannons, they do in fact deal less damage. Actually, most things I've tried to make be in general less effective the more damage they take. So yeah, you can walk into the sea if you like. Oh right, I also forgot. You can move things if you like, if you need to. That is one of the many mechanics that I couldn't get working in time, is that I wanted the player to do that like manually. Like they would have to exit steering mode and pick something up and put it back down somewhere else. Oh yeah, also those like skull rafts, they spawn a skeleton guy when they get near. You can defeat the skeletons by pointing your sword at them. That's also a mechanic that's not really very well realized. Could do it better, but I only have 2 days. I really should have just like tried to copy and paste the code from the fan game though. That would have been like perfectly fine for this kind of game. Another big thing that I really wanted was islands. But the problem with including islands is that the nature of these ship parts is that they're each like parented to this red part in the middle with the wheel. Typically they move in turn with the wheel, but if the wheel can move but the ship part cannot, the ship part will get pushed around, and that's what happened when this island was solid. So I just kind of like dropped that part of the idea. Unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe people will like this one. Like, you can play it, and if people like it, maybe I can revisit this idea and make it suck less. No, I'm not gonna say that it completely sucks, but I did have to like kind of get back into the groove of how you even like make a game jam game. 'Cause like I mentioned earlier, I only had 2 days, and that's not a lot of time to make a thing, especially not solo. I didn't like come into it expecting to win or anything, but you know, I think one of the biggest things that you have to learn about making game jam games, don't make something with like level based. You won't have time to like make the core of the game and make good levels, at least most of the time. Instead, something arcadey like this is better. Something where you're like can go for a high score, like here with the coins you collect, and you try not to die. Is I didn't thoroughly test the danger level part. That is supposed to like make enemy spawns more frequent as time goes on. It's definitely seeming to do the opposite. Where the heck am I? It's not like there's anywhere that I can be, whatever. That's a video game, that's about all that there is to see in this game. I mean, you can look at the guts a little bit, but they kind of aren't good to look at. There's a lot of commented out stuff from a template that I started with that comes with this engine, and basically the entire game is just in here. Is not the ideal. Anyway, let's look at the project that is better and looks good to look at and play. Feel good is yes. So, when we jump in, we can see a different area with different looks, and also our little witch looks at the cursor better now. So we can wander around this area. It is a bit empty for now. We'll see how empty it stays, I guess. There's a little lake, and we can't walk on it, but spells can go over it. That's good. It doesn't have the full functionality yet. I would like it to have like a reaction to electricity and stop fire and stuff like that. But so far, we can just sort of walk around this area in a big old loop. And then, when we get here, those trees that were in the way are gone. And they take us to a more familiar area, except it's still not quite familiar because it's using a new tile set. I decided that the tile set that I had was made in a dumb way and decided to just redo it. I have in fact tested that it should keep levels between scenes. So like you don't that was surprisingly difficult to figure out. But I got it. It's good. So yeah, that's some big progress that's been made. What else is there to look at? Oh yeah, I managed to compress like all of this stupid stuff down into this one block. I don't know for sure if these would have like caused performance issues later, but it's probably better to just have it like this in this optimized form if I can make it so. Let's see. I don't I it I don't know exactly all of the things that have changed. It has been kind of a while because that game jam ate into my time to make something that I arbitrarily consider to be worth showing off. But the progress is good. What should I work on next, I wonder? Because, like, I've been wanting to... I don't know exactly how I want the spells, learning them to be handled. Like, if I want it to be, like, based on level ups or, like, finding stuff in the world or something like that. You know, this is based on an anime about a witch school. Maybe it could be classes. That would be some ludonarrative harmony that might torture some people. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Fun for me. Or I could give my focus to like making new areas. There isn't much. I shouldn't be messing with stuff off camera. That was a water bottle. There isn't much stopping me from making new areas now at this point. Oh, I could make NPCs too. There's too much. There's too much. There's too much. Yeah, they don't tell you that part of game development is the hard part. The choice paralysis of what you think is best to work on next. Or maybe that's just me. That's something that nobody else gets. But it's okay and good and fine. That's enough out of me for the time being. Thank you for watching and following the development of my stupid stuff. Remember to like, comment, or subscribe.